Storm Eowyn arrives tomorrow. At the moment, there are weather warnings in force across the whole of the UK, a red warning across the Republic of Ireland, and that is likely to be escalated to red across the UK too, with wind gusts of over 100 miles an hour, bringing the risk to life.
Thursday, 23rd.
Of these warnings today. It sounds worrying.
Yes, so here's why. At the moment, Storm Eowyn is way out in the Atlantic, but it is set to rapidly deepen, going under what we call explosive cyclogenesis, deepening by 24 millibars in 24 hours. But we're going to see it deepening by 60 millibars in 24 hours. And you can see the isobars here closest together across the north.
And worse.
Yeah, and ramping up. And it's sort of one of these ones in our science books that we learn about. So an area of low pressure deepens really rapidly, picked up by the jet stream. But we could have this thing called a sting jet, and it's when you get very strong winds from the atmosphere above us, from the stratosphere, coming all the way down to the surface. And it now looks like, from the analysis now it's developing, that's what the Met Office forecasters have seen. That's why it looks like we're now going to escalate it to red later on this morning. So don't be surprised if you hear red warnings being issued, maybe even in our airtime. But for now, it's Northern Ireland, southwest Scotland and northwestern parts of England this time tomorrow morning that could be under these rare red warnings.
OK. And today?
Windy, here's the details. So, yes, we actually already have weather warnings in force for today because it's set to be very windy across Wales and southwestern and southern areas of England. Dry to start this morning before it turns wet. So this is the calm scene first thing this morning. Dry conditions for central and eastern areas, already turning cloudy and wet through western areas. This band of rain moves in. Winds start to... Good morning to you. Storm Eowyn is developing as we speak out in the Atlantic. Not too much at the moment, but as it rapidly deepens in the next 24 hours, undergoing what we call explosive cyclogenesis, driven by a very strong jet stream. It means that the wet and windy weather arrives very quickly, and these isobars here very close together. Well, today is a bright, breezy day, but it's tomorrow we see Storm Eowyn arriving. It's in the Atlantic at the moment, and it is set to rapidly deepen in the next 24 hours. These are the weather warnings we have in force at the moment. This is for tomorrow. Widespread wind warnings across the UK of 50 to 60 miles an hour. This amber... Good morning to you. Storm Eowyn arrives tomorrow. We'll be hearing a lot about that in the forecast. I'll come back to it in a minute, but let's get to today's weather first. It's actually a dry, bright start, but then it turns wet and windy. And there's this band of rain that's in the west at the moment, marches right across the country, so making up to dry weather. It won't last. You'll have rain later. We see those winds picking up across southern and... Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. Storm Eowyn is developing in the Atlantic as we speak. It's not a major storm at the moment, but it rapidly deepens, arriving across our shores tomorrow morning. We have widespread yellow warnings of gusts of 60 to 70 miles an hour, amber for up to 80 to 90, but rumours of 100 miles an hour, and potentially it means we could escalate our warning that is currently red across the Republic of Ireland, and we could join in through parts of Wales and northwest England. So stay tuned to the forecast to find out the details of these escalations through the day. Today is the calm before the storm. It starts off dry and fine first thing for many, but our first band of rain moves in. This is not the storm. This is just a band of wet weather that moves across the country and some windy conditions, warnings of up to 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts of wind. The rain moves eastwards, brightening up from the west, but here behind me is Storm Eowyn moving in tonight.